Hello students, welcome to all 4 e-learning classes. In the last session we discussed about the electric field intensity due to a conducting sphere. Okay. Now in the today's topic we are studying about the electric field intensity due to uniformly charged non-conducting sphere. Okay. So let us consider here a sphere of radius capital R. Let us assume this is a sphere of radius capital R. Okay. So given a charge Q to the sphere which is uniformly distributed through the volume V. Okay. Here V be the volume of the sphere. What is here? V be the volume of the sphere. Volume of the sphere. V is equals to, what is the volume of the sphere of radius R is 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi r cube be the volume of the sphere. Okay. Now, if rho be the volume charge density, what is, we have 3 different types of charge density. Here we are taking rho be the volume charge density. Volume charge density. So what is our, by the definition, rho can be written as rho is equals to charge per unit volume. So what is the charge given here? Let us take capital Q be the charge given. Okay. Capital Q by V. Okay. That implies Q is equals to rho into V. Okay. Q is equals to rho. What is V value? 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, let us assume this is equation number 1 here. Now again in the same as like previous case, here also we should find the electric field intensity at different points. First of all, at any point outside the sphere. At any point outside the non-conducting sphere. At any point outside the sphere. Okay. At any point outside the sphere, what is here? By using Gauss law we should calculate the electric field intensity. What is the expression for Gauss? What is some statement of the Gauss law is the total flux passing through the any closed surface is equals to 1 by epsilon naught times of the net charge. 1 by epsilon naught times of the net charge enclosed by the surface. Okay. Now here at any point outside the sphere. So if we consider a point P outside the sphere, here we are constructing a Gaussian surface. Okay. At any point outside the sphere it is same as like a conducting sphere only. The charge given to the sphere here also Q. So the charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface here also Q. So directly here we are writing at any point outside the sphere E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. Where here what is a small r is greater than capital R. Small r is greater than capital R at any point outside. For example, this is a point P. Okay, now this is a distance r. This is a distance r. Okay, in such condition, what is already we proved it in the last topic, E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square by using the constructing a Gaussian surface around the sphere, whether it is conducting or non-conducting. At any point outside the sphere, the value will be remains same. Okay. Electric field intensity at any point outside the sphere for conducting, non-conducting, the value will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. Okay. Now at any point on the surface, just what you here small q, small r is replaced by the capital R. Here you should write like this. At any point on the sphere. On the sphere means what is small r is equals to capital R. Small r is equals to capital R. Just what happens here also, the electric field is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by, okay, instead of small r is equals to, you should write a capital R. Okay, this is about the second case. Now third case, we should find the electric field intensity at any point inside the sphere. At any point inside the sphere. Listen. At any point inside the sphere. Okay, we should find the electric field intensity at any point inside the non-conducting sphere. So listen, important here. This is a sphere here. Okay, what is the charge given is Q. Capital Q is a charge given to the sphere, which is uniformly distributed throughout its volume. The volume is uniformly distributed through its volume. Okay. If capital Q be the total charge, what is capital Q? Total charge. Total charge for a volume, total charge for volume V. For volume V. Now we need to find electric field intensity at any point inside the sphere. For example, we should calculate the electric field intensity at the point P. At the point P, okay, let us take, this is a center. This is a capital R be the radius of the sphere. What is capital R here? Radius of the sphere. We should find the electric field intensity at any point inside the sphere. So here we are constructing a Gaussian surface. Okay, let us take, this is a Gaussian surface in the form of a, again, a sphere of radius small r. Sphere of radius small r. By using Gauss law, we should calculate the electric field intensity, isn't it? See, for the total entire volume of the V, what is the charge is capital Q. For total charge is capital Q for the volume of V 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, but whenever we are calculating the electric field intensity at the point P inside the sphere, so there we are constructing a Gaussian surface in the form of a sphere of radius small r. Now here we should find what is the charge enclosed by these Gaussian surface. See, whereas in case of, what is the major difference between the conducting, non-conducting means, conducting sphere the charge resides only on the surface. So you may calculating the electric field intensity at any point inside the surface. What is, there is no any charge enclosed by the surface. So obviously we got the electric field intensity is 0. But here this is a solid sphere. This is a solid sphere and charge is uniformly distributed throughout its volume. Entire volume V, the charge is uniformly distributed. But we are calculating the field at the point P. Okay, there we are constructing again on a Gaussian surface in the form of a sphere. Now we need to find the what is the charge enclosed by these Gaussian surface. Charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface, this part. The entire sphere, what is the charge? Capital Q. Now what is the charge enclosed by the sphere? Okay, first of all, write charge per unit volume. What is charge per unit volume? Charge per unit volume is capital Q by V. Capital Q by V. Okay, that is, this is a charge per unit volume. Now charge of the Gaussian surface in the form of a sphere of radius r. So here you should write like this: charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface, enclosed by the Gaussian surface. Let us take denoted by Q enclosed. Okay, so what you will get for unit volume Q by V, let V dash be the volume of the Gaussian surface. What is here? V dash be the volume of the Gaussian surface. Okay, now per unit volume Q by V, we need to find charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface of volume V dash. So charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface of volume V dash becomes Q by V. This is for unit volume. For V dash volume means into V dash. Okay, all right, what is charge enclosed? Q enclosed is equals to Q by V into V dash. What is V means? 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi r cube into V dash 4 by 3 pi small r cube. Here 4 pi cancel. Okay, and 3 also get cancel. What is remaining? Q, the charge enclosed is equals to capital Q be the total charge. Okay, small r cube by capital R cube. Now what is the statement of Gauss law? The total flux passing through any closed surface is equals to the 1 by epsilon naught times of the net charge enclosed by the surface. So by using Gauss law we should calculate. Okay, by the Gauss law, okay, flux pi is equals to integration of E dot ds. Okay, phi is equals to, okay, E dot ds. What is the ds value? Integration of ds, that is E into integration of ds s. Phi is equals to E S. What is the S? Surface area of the Gaussian surface is E into 4 pi r square. E into 4 pi r square. This is a statement here. Okay, phi is equal to E 4 pi r square. But here what we got is equals to what we are saying? 1 by epsilon naught times of the net charge. 1 by epsilon naught times of the net charge. Phi is equals to E into 4 pi r square, okay, which is equals to 1 by epsilon naught times of the net charge Q enclosed. Okay, what is E value? E into 4 pi r square is equals to 1 by epsilon naught. Enclosed charge. What is the enclosed charge? Here we got capital Q r cube by capital R cube. Okay, small r square get cancelled, 1 r is there here. What is remaining? Therefore E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Capital Q be the charge into small r is there by r cube. Okay, this is about the electric field intensity at any point inside the sphere. What is E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q r by r cube. Q r by r cube. Okay, this is about electric field intensity at any point inside the non-conducting sphere. Now at the center of the sphere, this is the third one, you should remember this formula. And fourth one is at any point center of the sphere. Okay, or we may write like this. Listen, what is in terms of volume charge density? You may write these equation in terms of volume charge density also. So what is actually here, we got E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, okay, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q. So already we wrote one equation number 1. What is Q? Can be written as Q is equal to rho into V. Q is equals to rho into V means 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi r cube. This is the Q value. Into small r by r cube. Then r cube get cancelled. Okay. 4 pi get cancelled. What is the remaining here? E is equals to rho r by 3 epsilon naught. This is also expression for electric field intensity at any point inside the sphere, inside the non-conducting sphere, in terms of volume charge density. Okay. This is about electric field intensity at any point inside. Or we may write like this: E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q small r by r cube. Now fourth one, in this only, at the center of the non-conducting sphere, at the center of the sphere, that means what is small r is equal to 0. In the first case, what is small r is greater than capital R. Small r greater than capital R means at any point outside the sphere, what is the formula? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q by small r square. At any point on the surface. Second one is at any point on the surface. That is small r is equal to capital R. We got 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by capital R square. And third one, at any point inside the sphere. At any point inside the sphere, what is the formula? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q small r by r cube. Now at the center of the sphere, at the center of the sphere means what is small r is 0. 0 into something 0. What happens? Electric field intensity at the center of the non-conducting sphere is 0. Okay. This is about the fourth one. Okay. For suppose now if we plot a graph between the electric field intensity and the distance. Okay. So what is the shape of the graph? Whenever we are plotting a graph between, by taking electric field intensity on y-axis and distance of the point, okay, on x-axis. Okay, the graph will be like this. Let us take on this is a xy plane, x-axis, this is a y-axis. Okay, variation of E value with a distance r. Here r is on x-axis. Electric field intensity will be taken on a y-axis. Okay. See, whenever we are plotting a graph, the graph will be like this. This is a peak value. What is E is equals to? Here generally this is E. Here E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square. But here what happens? E varies according to the equation. From center to at the center, what is small r is 0. Electric field intensity is also 0. But this graph indicates E is proportional to small r by r cube. Small r by r cube. The graph will be like this. Capital R is a constant. So E proportional to r. When r value increases, what happens here? The electric field intensity also increases. When small r is equal to capital R, what is it? Reaches to the peak stage. Means maximum value, and beyond that, what is this value indicates the graph is E proportional to 1 by r square. Okay. So when r value increases, what happens? Electric field intensity will be decreases. So this is a expression for variation of E. Okay, plotting a graph between the E and R for non-conducting sphere. Okay, this is for non-conducting. For non-conducting sphere. Okay. Similarly, if we plot the same graph for conducting, so already we proved that what is, let us consider again this is a one xy plane. Okay, now let us take what is on the x-axis a distance r, distance of the point P from the center, and electric field will be taken on the y-axis. Okay, see here at any point what is the value will be, E value will be 0. Electric field intensity at any point is 0, means up to small r is equals to capital R, what is E value will be 0 only. When R value increases, okay, R small r is less than R, what is E value will becomes 0, and at the easy small r is equal to capital R, what is the value here? This is E, and beyond that what happens, actually the value will be again decreasing like this. Okay, so this is a graph here. Up to small r is equal to capital R, E value will be 0, and when small r is equal to R, what is the intensity of electric field is maximum. When small r is greater than capital R, again what is E proportional to 1 by R square. Okay, this is about what is E is equals to peak stage, peak value of electric field intensity 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. Okay, this is a variation of graph for both conducting and this is for non-conducting. Okay, this is for conducting sphere. Okay, see already we discussed about some applications. For example, if we kept a point charge at the center of the sphere, let us consider if a applications. Okay, now consider a point charge q is kept at the center of the cuboid. Let us take this is the center of the cube. A charge q is kept at the inside the cube. Now what is the flux passing through these cube is, the flux passing through the cube. See, whenever by the Gauss law, what is our statement is, the statement of Gauss law is the total flux passing through any closed surface is equals to 1 by epsilon naught times of the net charge enclosed by the surface. See here the charge q is enclosed by one cube irrespective of shape and size. Here this is cube only, Gaussian surface. The charge enclosed by the cube. So what is the flux passing through these cube is, flux passing through the cube phi is equals to q by epsilon naught. What is the charge here? Capital Q means q by epsilon naught. For suppose, now what is the flux passing through the single face of the cube? How many faces are there here? For cube 6 faces are there. Now we need to find flux passing through the single face. Flux passing through single face of the cube. Means if you are observing in the first one, the total flux passing through the 6 faces of the cube is q by epsilon naught. We may say that like flux passing through the cube or flux passing through the 6 faces of the cube is q by epsilon naught. Now what is the flux passing through the single face of the cube means, which is equals to phi is equals to q by 6 epsilon naught. Q by 6 epsilon naught. Now what is in the third one, what is the flux passing through the two opposite faces of the cube? Flux passing through two opposite faces of the cube. What is phi is equals to, see here, not only by the opposite faces, you may take any two faces. Okay, generally here we are asking two opposite faces, but in general any two faces, flux passing through the 6 faces, that is passing through the cube, is phi by q by epsilon naught. Single phase means phi is equal to q by 6 epsilon naught. Two faces means 2q by 6 epsilon naught, that is equals to q by 3 epsilon naught. Okay. Similarly, what is a flux passing through the 3 phases? 6 phases q by epsilon naught. In that only we are asking 3 phases means q by 3q by 6 epsilon naught, that is q by 2 epsilon naught, half of the flux passing through the cube. Okay. Or sometimes the question may be asked like this also. If a charge q is kept at the center of one face of the cube, the charge capital Q is kept at the center of the one of the faces of the cube, then what is the charge passing through the cube is charge passing through the cube, not at the center. In the this second case they are asking, here we are asking the charge enclosed by the cube here. Okay. Now asking flux passing through the single face here. But in the fourth case I am saying that the charge is kept at the center of any one of the face. Center of any one of the face. Then what is the flux passing through it? See, in such conditions, to enclose the charge, we should construct an identical cube. Okay? We should construct one identical cube. In that, what happens? The charge will be enclosed by the two cubes. The charge is enclosed by the system of two cubes. Charge is enclosed by the system of two cubes. Okay. The system of two cubes only taken as a Gaussian surface. Then what happens? We may write the charge enclosed by the system of two cubes is equal to q by epsilon naught. But actually there is only one cube. So what happens? The charge enclosed by the cube when the charge kept at the center of the face is q by 2 epsilon naught. Like we should place the charge at corner also. Okay. So this is about the one of the applications. Okay. So when a charge enclosed by the cube, these are the fluxes through the different cases. Okay.